Consciousness is the only reality. There is no other cause. Nothing exists outside of awareness. All that appears is produced by the state assumed. The world is within. Man believes the world is external and independent. Yet the world is a projection of the inner man. Life does not happen to man. Life happens through man. The awareness of I am, before any name, before any condition, before any story. There is awareness, the sense of being, I am. This I am is God. Not separate from man, but the very life of man, whatever man attaches to I am, that he becomes conscious of being, and that he expresses as experience. The law of assumption. Man does not get what he desires. He gets what he assumes to be true. Assumption is the law of creation. What is assumed with feeling is accepted by the subconscious and must objectify. The assumption, once accepted, works itself out in the world of form. The mirror of the world. The world is a mirror. It reflects inner belief. It has no power of its own. To change the world, one must change the state that produced it. Attempting to change effects without changing cause is labor without reward. Imagination, God in action. Imagination is the creative power. It is God in action. It is the means by which the unseen becomes seen. Every visible thing was once imagined, then accepted as real. Imagination acts through feeling, not through force. Feeling the secret. Feeling is the secret. The feeling of naturalness, the feeling that it is already so, that which feels real, is real. Effort indicates doubt. Ease indicates faith. The subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is impersonal. It accepts what it is given. It expresses what it receives. It does not judge. It does not compare. It simply creates. Man is always impressing the subconscious by what he feels to be true. States of consciousness. Man lives in states, not in circumstances. A state is a concept of self. Each state has its own world. Change the state, and the world changes. All states exist now. Man moves into them by assumption. Living in the end. To live in the end is to live from fulfillment, not waiting, not hoping, but being. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and remain there. The means will appear. The way will unfold. Everyone is yourself pushed out. There is no one to change but self. Others are messengers. They reflect inner belief. As within, so without. As consciousness, so form. Prayer is acceptance. Prayer is not petition. Prayer is acceptance. It is the assumption of the feeling of fulfillment. When prayer is complete, there is peace. Faith is loyalty to the unseen. Revision, the art of freedom. The past lives in consciousness. Change the feeling of the past, and you change its effect. Revision frees man. It loosens the hold of old states. Persistence, faithfulness to the unseen. Persistence is not effort, it is fidelity. Remain faithful to the assumption. Ignore appearances. Appearances must change. The operant power. Man is the operant power. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing is caused by another. Man creates by what he is conscious of being. Awakening to consciousness. You do not need to change the world. You need only awaken to your own consciousness. When consciousness awakens, the world transforms. Consciousness is the only reality. Imagination, feeling, and assumption. Everything you experience is the result of your inner state. Nothing appears outside without first existing within. The imagination is the gateway of creation. Your feeling is the instrument of manifestation. Assume the state of the wish fulfilled. Enter the state as if it is already true. Remain in the state. Live in the end. Dwell in the feeling. All else is illusion. All else is delay. Change the self and the world must change. Change the inner assumption, and the outer world aligns. Faith and loyalty. Faith is loyalty to the unseen. Faith is persistence in the state. Faith is the silent knowing that what is imagined and felt is already yours. Revise the past. Change the emotional meaning of events. Release old states. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Free the future. The subconscious mind obeys. It cannot refuse what consciousness impresses. It moves day and night. To manifest the assumed reality, everything outside is proof of what is inside. Appearances cannot deny the state. They must yield to consciousness. The world is not an obstacle. It is a reflection. It is a teacher. It is a mirror of your inner being. Man must take responsibility. He must assume. He must imagine. He must feel. Nothing is impossible to consciousness. Nothing is delayed when the state is assumed fully. Everything responds to the law of assumption. There is no cause outside of you, no power beyond awareness. No circumstance can control the man who knows himself and lives in the end. The world cannot act upon man. Man acts through the world. The outer is only proof of the inner. The inner is the operant reality. Consciousness is the only reality. Imagination is God in action. Feeling is the secret. Assumption is the law. Persistence is loyalty to the unseen. Revision is freedom from the past. Live in the end. Dwell in the state of fulfillment. Remain faithful. And the world must obey. Everything you desire already exists in consciousness. It waits only your assumption. It waits only your feeling. It waits only your recognition. Consciousness is not part of life. Consciousness is life itself. Consciousness is the only reality.